Louis C. the Mayor checking in. What's going on, my people? You know, on Thursdays, it's real big right now. First thing we need to do before we get it on and cracking on the podcast is I need you to hit notifications. Right now, when Facebook Live go on, notifications come on, which means that you can get notified if you want to know when we come on the live for the podcast. So hit the notifications on. That'll be great. And for those of y'all watching on YouTube, make sure you hit this button right here for subscribe. And we're going to get into a serious topic today. Unfortunately, we got riots going on in Minneapolis, and a gentleman named George Floyd was murdered out there on them streets. So I want to get into that. So please come on in and let's get it up and running. Also at 7 o'clock on the nose, that's 7:01, that's 7:02, WEOW 92.7. We're going to be all the way live. DJ Slice in the freestyle mix. DJ DOS New York City, what's going on in the bass mix. And we got that boy DJ Jack coming out of Marathon. And CO Episcopo 305 Dade County. What is going on? So make sure y'all tune in and iHeartRadio worldwide. But what I need y'all to do right now is basically go ahead and check in and let me know where you at right now. I see Mark Lyons came through. Shout out to FloridaKeysInjury.com. Let me tell you how the boys work. If you get in an accident on a moped, you ride a bicycle, or you get hit in a car, you got to go to FloridaKeysInjury.com. These are lawyers for all accidents in the Keys, and these are local boys at 302 Southern Street. Also, tomorrow on the show, the #1 doctor in America, Dr. B, Bruce Burrows, Advanced Urgent Care Key West Marathon in Key Largo coming on the show. And also, I'd like to give a shout out to my man, Big Tony Estenos, Tony's Cuban Cafe. I always got to check the menu to see what he got going on. Tomorrow on the special is the Barbecue Friday. It's going to be for real tomorrow. So make sure you go out there to the southernmost shelf and pick you up some barbecue, or you can get you a little Cuban mix, steak and cheese sandwich. It's all good old cooking. So like I said, please let me know where y'all at right now, where you watching the show at. So like that, we could get some engagement in case it's your first time checking us out. We are here every Monday through Friday at 6:45 on the Louis C. the Mayor podcast. We keep it blood raw out here. So whatever you want to talk about, we talk about it, we be about it. So thank you again for tuning in. So my first thing on the agenda, like I said, for those of y'all who've been under a cave for the last 72 hours, there's some serious stuff going on. So what had happened was there was an arrest in Minneapolis where a gentleman named George Floyd committed a misdemeanor crime and was arrested by the police. In the middle of the arrest, the man was pinned down next to a vehicle, and he was restrained with a knee put on his neck, and he was down for quite a long time, therefore resulting in the death of that poor individual. So I'm gonna give it to y'all blood raw. This is unacceptable. We're in 2020, 21. I don't understand how this could possibly happen, but we have to do better. And leadership starts at the top. So, you know, if we out there cursing each other out in Washington, it's just going to trickle down. So, I mean, we got to get it together up there in Washington, D.C. And, you know, we got to get to a point where respect got to come back in. But this is just completely out of control. So, the first question I got for y'all, if you want to come in on the live, is how do we stop the injustice that happened to George Floyd from ever happening again? So I'm open for suggestions right now, because I've been looking at this all night. We had all hands aboard last night. We put a lot of videos on Where's the Party Key West. So any comments you got, come on in and let me know. Any questions that you got, anything you want to say, please do it. So right now will be the time to make it happen. We got Tangela Edwards on the production today. I got Anthony Colazzo on the production, doing it big. And I think we got one from Carlos. Tangela, if you want to come around this way and help me with some questions over here, that'd be great. And like my girl Tangela always tell you, turn notifications on. Okay, hit subscribe on the YouTube now, right here. We big on YouTube right now. Okay, so once again, the question, how do we stop the injustice that happened to George Floyd, from happening again? And we just have to do better, and we have to have a better approach. If you're a police officer, just like anything business or anything that you're doing, you have to approach people differently. But to put a knee on somebody's neck till they die, this is just incredible. This is not, we're not in, in the caveman days or whatever. This is just, completely unacceptable. And that man, begged for his life, and he just, died at the hands of the police or whatever. So now we got a uprising in Minneapolis where people are going crazy. We're going to get to that. So Tanya, come in with the first question. Get over here on the side so you can project your voice. What's the first comment we got?
Carlos, the riots do nothing but cost taxpayers money. If someone thinks these cops care about people busting the windows, the fooling themselves.
Okay, so I agree. These riots are not the answer, because basically, for example, I'm gonna get to the meats and potatoes of this. If you own a business, I don't have a problem with you bearing arms and protecting property. So if I own a business, you come out there looting, I'm gonna go ahead and do it by all means necessary, like Malcolm X, to make sure that I stop and protect my store and stop you from looting. That's what I'm gonna do. Now, having said that, frustration, agitation, people are very sad and they're just expressing anger. So it's very tough on these streets. I mean, we're already in the middle of a pandemic. This is a pandemic times two. So I think that, I was thinking about this a little bit today. I think that if, in the streets like this gentleman just put here, an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. I think that if you are entrusted to protect and serve, and you're police, right, and you commit a murder on the job, that's murder, cut and dry, and you get convicted, they should automatically give you the death penalty. Just like that, you killed somebody, so now it's time for us to take your life. I think maybe people think about it twice when they go out there and abuse power or whatever. So something drastic has to be done. I mean, that's an idea that I have. Like I said, I'm open to any suggestions, but I just want to have you guys express what you guys are feeling, because this is a very sad day in America, and there's going to be more rioting going on. I'm glad that the president did step in with the Department of Justice and the feds and actually want immediate action, and it did fire the police officers involved. So at least we're headed in a positive direction on that. And also, the approach is critical. Like I said, the way you approach people. For the most part, if you talk to people with some sense, you'll get a better result. All this bullying and sticking your chest out like Hulk Hogan, this is an Incredible Hulk. This is just not the way to go, whatever. So police need to have a better approach with people. And it's not easy being a police officer. You got to deal with a lot of idiots and foolishness out there. But for the most part, if you don't have to, tase somebody, shoot somebody, and you could, it's like the club. We don't want it. We could throw you head first. We got good personnel to throw you out head first through the glass or whatever. But we try to, get you out of the club by talking to you or whatever, because we don't want to put hands on people. So maybe we should try that approach. Let's see what else we got. And like I said, the owners of of their stores should be able to protect, their merchandise. And I mean, I seen owners come on the scene yesterday on the live or whatever, and they couldn't do anything about it. Man, that made me really sad with that. And I just think that that's just not the way to go. I mean, that's just not basically the right thing to do. And also, like I said, the leadership needs to start at the top. Let me see what else we got over here. Okay, well, let me see. Robert, thank you for checking in, sir. An eye for an eye is the best solution. Well, that could go as far as when we're talking about, the penalty involved when you commit a murder, you know, basically you need to be held accountable. I mean, look at what happened to Rodney King. Those officers got off or whatever. So, I mean, now it's a new day, and I don't believe any of these officers are going to get off on this. Andrew, thank you for coming into the podcast, and let me know what your feelings are. Let me know where you're watching the podcast from. And like I said, immediately at 7 o'clock, WOW 92.7, we're going to be live on the radio and iHeart radio all over the world. So make sure you tune in to that on your app. It's all good. Look at that boy James just popped up, Tangela. That boy James, straight out of Perry Court. So that's basically what I have for today. Tomorrow we had Dr. Burrows. We getting back to business. June 1st. It's right around the corner. So we got some tourists coming in. We checked in today with a couple hotels. People are getting ready to come into Key West. And like I said, you know, we're going to have some more positive cases, more testing, more positive cases. And that's basically where we at. But, you know, as a police, we definitely have to do better. And let me tell you something. If you see something like this going on, like, for example, me personally, if I'm there on the scene, I got to tell y'all, as much as I respect law enforcement and I have respect for people, I don't think I'm going to be able to hold back and physically intervene to save somebody's life. I just don't think I have it in my blood to stand there and watch somebody get murdered in front of me, where basically I didn't take any action. I don't think I'll be able to sleep at night. Now, I'm not saying this is the most smartest thing to do or whatever, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you to my law enforcement friends around the world and the nation: if you have a fellow officer who is completely out of pocket and out of line, you must do the right thing. That code of blue, that Bloods and Crips type of mentality, that got to go out the window, because that one officer that was on the scene, you know, basically went to his fellow officer and said, man, we got to get off this guy. We're going to kill him. Then, you know, that man would have been, you know, breathing today. And to, you know, be killed for that over a misdemeanor offense or whatever, I think it was a forged check or something very minor. It's just not acceptable. So that's the way I feel about it. Like I said, if you guys have got any comments, feel free to come in on the live. Also, check out Where's the Party Key West on Facebook. We got a lot of live videos from Minneapolis, and we're going to have some more stuff coming up, you know, tonight, and hopefully, you know, they can get it under control. Jennifer, what we got there? Give me these two real quick. Tanya, what do we got over here? Jennifer.
Because an officer like that who acts like that makes the rest of them look bad.
No doubt about it. I mean, you have to do the right thing. I mean, your mama taught you better to not just sit there and watch somebody have an injustice, man. Just don't do it. And to be honest with you, if those people that was there on the video, those people did a lot, man. They screamed and hollered and said, you're going to kill the man. And this wasn't like, you know, like somebody had talked about today, where somebody just basically made a quick decision and was a bad decision and shot somebody in a quick second. This was, you know, almost going on 5 minutes, I believe, that this man was, you know, with his knee on you know, on his neck or whatever. And I mean, it could have definitely been stopped or whatever. And I would hope that the guy that the police officer that did this basically, you know, didn't wake up and hope that he killed somebody. But I mean, it's very hard to watch, you know, this video and see what transpired there in Minneapolis. This is unacceptable. Shout out to the mayor of Minneapolis. Did a lot of good things by moving swiftly and taking some action. This is what happened. You have a consequence with a death. We don't need to have a lot of time go by. We need to deal with everything immediately on the spot and move stuff, you know, forward. So that's all I'm gonna say for today. Like I said, tune in 7 o'clock. We're about to go in on 92.7. Thank you, Andrew, for checking in. Let me see who else we got. Somebody out here, Abdul. I guess you got a comment over here. So you know, we got a little rule on the live. Now, if you get out of pocket or you go in the wrong direction, we just ban you from all platforms. I hear that's how we do. So when you come on the live, we don't have a problem. If you want to say something, have a comment. Don't agree on what we talking about, but make sure you show respect. You see what we talking about? You think there was respect on that street, somebody got killed. So here we ain't gonna kill you. We just gonna ban you from platform. That's what we gonna do. So once again, thank y'all for watching. Louis C. the Mayor about to turn up because we got lift spirits up, and we about to go in. Make sure right now you either get on that phone on iHeartRadio and tune in, or if you ride in the car, turn that bass all the way up. Wild 92.7. Shout out to FloridaKeysEnergy.com. Lawyers for all accident in the Keys. My man Tony's Cuban Cafe. Tomorrow barbecue special. And that boy, Dr. Burrows. That man at it 24/7, 365. Check out what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Health plan, $89. For $89, you could now afford to get you some health care, and they ain't going to kill you in the bank. All right, so Tangi, we got any? Let me see those. Okay. So what we got on? Did we do Jennifer Crespo already?
Yeah, we did the first.
Okay, so they should check them when they're out of pocket. There's no doubt about it. That's 100%. So once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Louis C. the Mayor. Make sure you tune in Monday to Friday, 6:45. Have a great day. Stay out of trouble and go all the way up like Fat Joe. Ha!